Valencia has earned a spot on my move abroad shortlist. I really like the city, but I will admit that in the first couple of days, I had trouble connecting with the place. Whenever I would ask myself, could I live here? The question was like, girl, no. And it was really interesting because I just come from Amsterdam where it was cold, it was wet, it was rainy. But of course, I had friends and colleagues there to give me even more local connection and context. And so in Amsterdam, the answer was, yeah, I could do this. In Rotterdam, it was like, absolutely. And I get to Valencia, there's palm trees in the park, the weather is 75 degrees, and I was just like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. So it was weird. And it was weird feeling like that. But that's what scouting trips are for. And so I let that feeling sit. And I think it was, just randomly, I was standing at a bus stop, and this woman came over and asked in Spanish, what's the name of what number bus just passed? And, I think the other people waiting at the bus stop answered more quickly than I did because it took me a little bit to like connect the words. So the thing is, or la cosa es, yo hablo español. Español era una de mis especialidades en la universidad. Pero hace mucho tiempo que no hablo mucho con lo demás. Pero lo demás puede entenderme y yo puedo entender a lo demás también. So it's one of those things where like it just takes you a few seconds longer to register what's being said and then spit it out. But I feel like it was after that moment that things clicked because she came to me in Spanish and she asked me a question in Spanish and she expected me to be able to answer. And that made me feel like, oh, okay, I could be here. I can blend in here. To be honest, it wasn't just that. Walking around different areas of the city, seeing all of the different strollers. I have a toddler. I went through so much research to figure out which strollers to get her and then which travel stroller to get her. Bugaboo is very popular in Valencia, but that is neither here nor there. But just seeing the children and going, oh, that kid looks like my kid. Okay, like maybe we could blend in here. Maybe this could work and this could be the space for us. So I ticket that, or I credit that moment with when things started clicking for me and I started feeling more like, basta, puede ser. This could be it. So we get now to the meat and potatoes of the trip. How do I structure scouting trips and what's a recommended framework to use for evaluating your new potential forever home? I like to have a set of goals. I think 3 to 5 is really helpful. In my case, I pick 3. And for Spain and in general, I think for scouting trips, mine are 1, explore a Black neighborhood or community. This trip was a little weird because I was supposed to have a friend come with me, but she fell sick. And so I had to kind of readjust some of the plans that we had for what I wanted to do. But I still went to a Senegalese restaurant in a immigrant-ish, from what I could tell, neighborhood, and was able to go there and explore the neighborhood around it and get a sense of the vibe of that part of town. I also went to not one, but 2 Moroccan restaurants. I was looking for a particular Moroccan dish. If you know Moroccan food, pastilla, my favorite, but very hard to make, and a lot of restaurants do not carry it. And that also gave me a sense of the Arab community, Arab neighborhoods and grocery stores. And again, just a sense of that part of town, forcing me to go into different parts of the city, which I really appreciated. My wish is that I could have had an opportunity to really have some more like real conversations with locals and to get a sense of how they feel about being there. But there are other opportunities and other ways to do that. And so, you can go online. There is a Black Women in Valencia Facebook group. And there are other just like resources that I can look into to really dig into that topic more deeply. So my second goal was to do something touristy. And the reason why I think this is important is because you want to get a sense of like the general soul of the place. And doing something that everybody does is often a really good way to kind of get a sense of that vibe. It's also on a practical level, something to think about, because if you move to said city or country, when people visit, they are probably going to need to be accompanied to some of these tourist places. And so it's nice to get a sense of what's available and what's out there. In the case of Valencia, I went to the cathedral, because I think most towns and cities in Spain have like a main cathedral. I would probably say in Europe, right? Their cathedral, which is beautiful, you know, usual fare. I went to La Lonja de la Seda, which is like a big trading area. Beautiful, beautiful place. It was giving Moorish architectural vibes. So it made it feel familiar to me in a lot of ways. Like I've said before, I've been to other parts of Spain. I actually studied in Cordoba in Andalusia. I also just walked around neighborhoods. I was in the central part of the city, so I did walk through the old city. I also walked in neighborhoods that I had heard about or seen. There is a YouTube channel, Mari in Spain, and she is like a relocation expert for Valencia in particular. And so watching her videos before coming gave me an idea of some of the neighborhoods I wanted to be able to not camp out, but like scope out in this scouting trip and get a sense for. But, you know, doing all of those things helped me, again, get a sense and a vibe of like, what are the main things that go on in Valencia? And so my third goal was to find connections. And like I said, the trip was a little weird because I was supposed to have a friend with me and I didn't. And then I had to kind of, you know, travel this big wide world alone. It was fine. I think that if you have people locally, then like, of course, reach out to them, connect with them, because there's so much insight that you can get from the experiences of people who you know, people who maybe come from your background, and that can really help you, or maybe just share the same interests as you, and that can help you understand or kind of picture yourself in a particular space or place. I didn't have that. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, there is a Black Girls or Black Women in Valencia group. And that group they have meetups, they have all kinds of events. And so I do follow that group. And they didn't have meetups when I was there, but they are the reason why I knew about the Senegalese restaurant. And so that was really helpful for me. Also just kind of, you know, looking at the pictures and of I don't want to say their take on events, but like their sort of wrap up or summary of that particular meetup was really helpful. And also, like I said, going to these different, more immigrant heavy neighborhoods was another way that I tried to connect with the place and the space. Again, all with this goal of, can I live here? Can I do this? If I had more time, I would have loved to have more conversations with people. I think I've said that before. Just hearing for one-on-one accounts is really helpful in like being able to situate yourself. But now that I've been there, I can look at other channels like Mari in Spain, and it's all the more real to me now because I've walked through some of the places that she has talked about. And I can now even more so reference other YouTubers who are in Valencia as I do my own research and think about whether there's places for me with the context that they give me. So it's an overarching goal. It's not a separate goal, and it's kind of connected to all the things I've been talking about, but like food and cultural exploration. You know, I did that through the touristy things that I did. I did that through the Moroccan restaurant, the Senegalese restaurant, the Nepalese, the Italian, and the Mexican restaurant. I really love to go to I did go to a Spanish restaurant in Valencia, one, a really popular local one, and that was great as well. But I really love to seek out the kinds of foods that I would be seeking out if I lived in a place and get a sense for, okay, yeah, what is Mexican food looking like over here? What does Moroccan food taste like when they're catering or to the Spanish palate? Same thing with Indian or Nepalese food. I know Indian, Nepal, and there are some differences between the cuisines, of course. And I'm really excited and happy that I was excited to try all the things. I'm really happy that I got to do that in Valencia because it gave me a better sense of how international the city is. That all of these types of foods were readily available was really helpful. And there's so many other like types that I didn't, whatever, 5 days. I didn't have enough time to eat it all. But I enjoyed that. And I think that helped to be all of that helped to be another data point around whether or not this place and this space could work and could fit for me. So there you have it. My Valencia scouting trip was a success. I was able to decide that this place is definitely on my move abroad shortlist. And I proved for myself that this framework really works. It is intentional, it's goal-oriented, it's realistic, and it's also simple, which I really love. And I'm interested in hearing about other people's experiences. Have you done a scouting trip? If so, where did you go? What did you do? How long did you stay there? Let me know about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.